He was 6'2" and had dark brown hair. His life was also quiet. His parents divorced soon after he was born, and he lived most of his life with his mother, whom saved.
And it showed nothing. So yeah. Puppet Strings also shows real footage of Jack's death, and I kind of feel bad for him. Well, I do feel bad for him because he got brutally murdered by a girl he liked, and his body got feasted on by, I don't know how to pronounce it. Because they, cannibalismed on his body, and they killed him, and they put hot tar. This is all while he was living. They cannibalized on him when he was living still. They pulled out his eyes with a scalpel. They put hot tar in there, in his sockets. What is Eilish Jack's real name? Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, that's the girl he was dating. Nope. His name's not Jack Nicholas. Puppet Strings even has his real name. In the first fact is his real name. You see it?
You've watched this video, but you might be eyeless. Number 10. Jackson Tyler Hammerson was a sweet and quiet man from Seattle, Washington. He was 6'2" and had dark brown hair. His life was also quiet. His parents divorced soon after he was born, and he lived most of his life with his mother, whom saved up enough money to move to Massachusetts and send Jack to college to become a doctor, only to find out college wasn't worth it. Ouch! Number 9. Jack had always suffered strange dreams that entailed gruesome things happening to him. He often shared these fears with his mother, whom tried to get him to go to church and try to comfort him. He refused as he was not religious and continued with his life. Yet, his dreams never stopped. Number 8. When living in his dorm, he had a roommate named Buddy Manson. He was also there for a medical degree and met Jack when accidentally tripping over his own 2 feet and spilling a drink on him, accidentally. Keyword being somewhat accidental. Number 7. The first thing that comes to mind is cannibalism when Eilish Jack is involved. One connection might point to Eilish Jack's hunger for a kidney snack. During the late 80s to mid-90s, there was a string of organ thievery around the world when the quintessential waking up in a tub of ice really happened, whereas the victim would have a long and terrible scar that would parade the person. The thief was never caught. Number 6. The Eilish Jack case is one of the many creepypastas with quite a few witnesses. According to the Northampton Police Department, some of their retired officers saw a strange figure around the campus. 4 of them saw the same thing at the same time, not to mention his roommate, who is still alive and is now a paramedic. A few of the police reports have claimed that there were 23 witnesses and 15 more that have yet to be confirmed. Ha! Watch much. Number 5. The most common story about Jack is how he was sacrificed by an occult, and so far, this is confirmed. Yet, that part isn't the worst. The worst part is who was involved. Not only were there at least 16 people involved with the murder, but 2 of them were the professors at the college, and the occult had been traced to the Skull and Crossbones Guild and the Hellfire Club, because of the name being chanted during the ceremony, being Shemo Shinadab, which to some is the demon of cannibalism and sacrificial rites in the Hebrew religion. Number 4. Today, if someone walked up to the University of Massachusetts and asked about the Eilish Jack case, they would deny every part of it and would drive them away. Some say that the authorities enforce their silence or the threat of shutting them down. Awful convenient, as they still take students and do not want to frighten them, or just don't want frat parties because those fucking suck. Number 3. During the case, the police were pushed aside by a higher authority they could never be, the SCP Foundation. Although the SCP Foundation is claimed to be fake, they are most certainly alive and well. They are almost considered to be like the CIA or the FBI put together, but for the strange and unusual cases like these. The SCP Foundation has their fingers in the pie when they made an astounding discovery. In 2009, they had staged a mannequin in a bed with a camera embedded to catch the strange creature, and this ever so famous picture was captured. Number 2. Along with the many coincidences in this case, there's one that will either make you laugh or cringe. Jackson Tyler Hammerson had agatophobia, a fear of being insane, in which his greatest fears came true. You see, that is weird. Come on, that is weird. Number 1, the pieced together story that has been taken aback from the years is the one I am about to tell. The story goes, Jack had jolted away because of another terrible dream. When he had heard this strange chanting that seemed to echo throughout his head, he was drawn to the outskirts of the campus to the forest, whereas he followed the voices. He was bludgeoned in the back of the head and was knocked out in the process. He awoke on a stone table where 2 leaders with blue masks and black eye sockets had chained him down. His girlfriend, Jessica Timber, was involved and handed the weapon to the leader, which was a surgical scalpel. The leader moved the scalpel to his face and started to gouge out his eyes out of his skull, and took a silver pitcher of boiling tar and proceeded to pour tar into his sockets. Jack was still alive when the boiling liquid hit him and didn't die until his organs were plucked out one by one, and the group proceeded to practice cannibalism on his corpse. The story claims that after the police found his corpse and had encased it with a body bag and ready to be shipped to the morgue, an officer had checked the corpse one final time before shipping, and he had discovered that the body bag was empty. The real death photos had been taken after they cleaned up the tar. Warning. Stop the video now. If you are susceptible to graphic pictures, I suggest you do not continue. I am not responsible for any offense taken by the death photo I am about to show. There will be a 20-second delay before the picture so that the viewer is prepared. These are the before and after photos of Jackson Tyler Hammerson's body that had gone missing. He was 26 years old and was a quiet boy that had suffered such a terrible fate by the hands that he trusted so much. To this day, the body was never found, nor were most of the people who murdered him, as most of them were mysteriously stabbed with a small instrument. And I'm not talking about a flute, I'm talking about a scalpel. I mean, I guess it could be worse. Think about it. It could totally be worse.
Hey guys, later, hold on, just real quick. Jackson Tyler, oh wait, I forgot. I record on this, I can't do that. Jackson Tyler, oh my lord. Please stop shipping them. Death. Holy. Anybody want me to get a Mino? This Amino for Bella or something? Please tell me in the comments below if you want me to get Bella this. Tell me, guys. I'm legit kidding. Also, perfect. Guy in the back. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at this real quick, see what I can name. I think that's my father's logo. Or that's Sally Ben, Jane, Jeffrey. Jeff looks damn retarded, kind of. Let's see. Proxy boy. I'd probably go with. Oh my lord! Really? Did they add my sister? They had my sister, but not me, guys. That's sad. That's just sad. Hold on, I'm just gonna get this real quick, and yeah. So yeah, now I gotta stop recording because it's like 11.